You're sitting at a red light inside an $87,000 truck. The leather smells brand new. The dashboard looks like a spaceship. And as you tower over every car next to you, you feel powerful, like you've made it. But here's the question nobody asks. What if that truck is quietly destroying your future? Let's be brutally honest for a second. You don't work in construction. You're not hauling lumber. You're not towing anything. In the last 8 months, your truck bed has carried what? A bag of mulch, a kid's bicycle, and a case of water bottles. That's it. Yet every single month, money is bleeding out of your life. And today, we're not talking about opinions. We're talking about numbers. Cold, hard, reality. Because somewhere along the way, a strange idea took over. That masculinity, success, status, could be bought with a truck payment. And the math behind that idea, it's worse than you think. Let's start where most people stop thinking. The price. The average new pickup truck in America today costs around $62,000. Not luxury, not top trim, just average. But the one you really want, the King Ranch, the Platinum, the Longhorn, now you're looking at $75,000, $000, $85,000, $000, even $95,000. That's more than what most people make in an entire year. Think about that. You're financing something that costs more than your annual income. But dealerships don't talk about that. They show you something else. The monthly payment. Hey, it's only $1,247 a month. Sounds manageable, right? Until you realize that's for 84 months, 7 years. You'll be paying for this truck longer than most relationships last. But wait, that's just the beginning. Because the real cost, it doesn't stop at the payment. Let's break it down. Fuel. Your truck gets around 15 miles per gallon. A normal sedan? Around 35. If you drive 15,000 miles a year, your truck costs about $3,500 in gas.
O Sedan.
About $1,500. That's a $2,000 difference every single year, just to sit higher on the road. Now let's talk insurance. That's another hidden cost. Every year. Maintenance? Everything is bigger. More oil, bigger brakes, more expensive parts. Add another $100 a month. Registration and taxes? Based on value. And your truck is expensive. So add another $80 a month. Now let's add everything together. $1,247, payment $167, extra fuel $60, insurance $75, tires $100, maintenance $80, registration your real monthly cost, $1,729. But we're still not done, because you financed it at around 7% interest. Over 7 years, you're paying about $14,000 plus in interest. That's money gone forever, just to borrow money for something that loses value every day. Now let's compare this to a different life, a simple one. You buy a 3-year-old sedan, reliable, comfortable, smart. Total monthly cost? Around $850. The difference? $879 per month. That's over $10,000 per year. And over 7 years? That's more than $73,000. But here's where it gets crazy. If you invested that $879 every month at a basic 8% return, after 7 years, you'd have around $95,000. Let that sink in. You could literally build wealth. Instead of burning it, you could buy a lake house, start a business, travel the world. Instead, you're sitting in traffic, burning fuel, making payments on something that's losing value every second. And it's not just money, it's your life. That truck, it changes everything. It decides where you can live, because your debt-to-income ratio is now too high. It decides if you can travel, because you don't have extra cash. It decides your freedom, because you can't risk losing your job. You're not driving a vehicle. You're carrying a financial obligation that follows you everywhere. And then there's something even deeper, something psychological. There's a concept called hedonic adaptation. Basically, You get used to things fast. That first week, the truck feels amazing. You feel successful, powerful, proud. But by month 3, it's just your car. The excitement disappears. But the payment? Still there every month. Like clockwork. You traded long-term freedom for short-term emotion. Now imagine 2 versions of your life. Version A, you bought the truck. You're making payments. You're stressed. You're stuck. After 7 years, you own a truck worth maybe $40,000. And that's it. Version B, you bought the simple car. You invested the difference. After 7 years, you have $95,000. Freedom, options, security. Which version is winning? Now some people will say, but I actually use my truck. And if that's true, fine. Then it's a tool. But be honest. Most people don't. Most people use the bed a few times a year. You could rent a truck for $30 when needed and save tens of thousands. So what are you really buying? Not utility. Not necessity. You're buying a feeling, an identity, a story. The auto industry knows this. They've spent billions convincing you that trucks mean strength, masculinity, capability. The ads show mountains, mud, adventure. But the reality? You're in traffic, on your way to work, listening to podcasts, making payments. They didn't sell you a truck. They sold you an image. And here's the harsh truth. Cars are not investments. They're tools. And buying a $90,000 truck to commute is like buying a $90,000 hammer to hang one picture. It doesn't make sense. Even the "it holds value" argument? Misleading. Yes, trucks depreciate slower, but from a higher price. Lose 40% of $90,000. That's $36,000 gone. Lose 55% of $28,000. That's $15,000 gone. You still lost more money. So ask yourself one question. Be honest. Am I buying this because I need it or because I want to feel something? And if it's the second one, that's okay. Just don't pretend it's practical. Because what you're really doing is trading your future for a feeling that fades. So what's the smarter move? Simple. Buy the boring car. Yes, boring. Reliable. Efficient. Paid off faster. Instead of $1,200 a month, you pay $350. That's hundreds of dollars back in your pocket every single month. Use that money. Invest it. Travel. Upgrade your life. Sleep better. Because here's the real flex. It's not what you drive. It's what you don't owe. When your friend pulls up in a brand new truck and jokes about your small car, you just smile. Because you know something he doesn't. You have options. You have freedom. You have peace. And that is real wealth. So next time you're standing in that dealership and the salesperson is showing you features, leather seats, heated steering wheel, massive screens, remember this, they're not selling you a vehicle. They're selling you a lifestyle with a price tag. And that price might be your future. Choose wisely. Choose freedom. Choose reality over image. And if this opened your eyes even a little, hit that like button. Subscribe for more content that actually makes you think. And tell me in the comments, would you choose the truck or the freedom?